Banish it with all the strength your mind can muster. Doubt and optimism are in constant conflict. Struggle staunchly against doubt, for doubt, like all thoughts, tends to materialize in your life. If you are firmly convinced that you will get your loan, you will. In your present circumstances, what would you do to reach your goal? That is, to get a loan. I don't really know. If you only had a short time, let's say an hour, to get $25,000 to set up your own business, what would you do? I have no idea. Standing before you is a millionaire who has just encouraged you, given you the secrets of his success, and you don't know what to do? Not one thing comes to mind to get this money? It suddenly dawned on the young man. Perhaps all he needed to do was ask the millionaire for the money. He hesitated a moment, then took a deep breath. Would you lend me the $25,000 I need? There you go. Now, wasn't that easy? All you had to do was ask. People seldom dare to ask. You must dare to make a request. The millionaire pulled out the $25,000 he kept as pocket money. He cast a nostalgic glance at the thick pile of cash and then handed it over to the young man, who accepted it, tremulous with emotion. He had never held such a vast sum of money in his life. There's absolutely no reason why acquiring money in the future should be any more difficult for you than it has been for me, said the old man. It's unfortunate that it's so commonly believed that money is hard to come by, and that you have to work hard to get it. In fact, the value of work is to strengthen the fiber of your mind. When you have earned a lot of money, and I assure you it won't be long in coming if you apply the secrets I've taught you, you will realize that what counts is your mental attitude, the power of your desire, and being able to channel that power by means of a specific monetary objective. Don't forget that outside circumstances always end up reflecting the state of your mind and the nature of your innermost convictions. The young man was so overcome with joy at having $25,000 in his hands that he wasn't fully listening to the millionaire's words of advice. Remember, young man, when you need money, if you are positive you can get it easily and quickly, you will. And as soon as doubt begins to invade your mind, think back to the $25,000 you've just obtained. All you need to do is ask. If you are convinced that you will get what you ask for at the very moment you ask, if you act as if it is already yours, you will get it. When you do have doubts, apply some self-suggestion. Turn your words into commands. When your mind has become powerful enough, each suggestion will become a royal decree. Your words and reality will become one. And the time it takes for your commands to materialize will become briefer and briefer, and finally, instantaneous. And you must never forget to consider the good of others at all times, so that the power of your words doesn't turn against you. He paused again. This money, he went on, pointing to the thick wad of bills. Well, I'm not lending it to you. He hesitated a second and seemed amused by the young man's startled reaction. I'm not lending it to you. I'm giving it to you. By my doing so, everything will have come full circle. It was given to me by my mentor to start me out in business. Don't use it for any other reason. And don't imitate the man in the Bible who buried his coins instead of letting them work for him. Don't let fear be your guide. Fear is your worst enemy, the brother of doubt, and you must conquer it. Be fearless and bold. Anyone who, under the pretext of caution or rationality, buries the money he has received is not worthy of it, and it's highly unlikely that he will get more. Money must flow freely to be able to multiply. The money I'm giving you is, however, at heart a loan, the millionaire continued. One day you, in turn, must give it to someone else. Many years from now, you will meet someone in the same situation you are in now. You'll recognize him intuitively. You must give him the equivalent of what this amount represents today. Then he too may start out with a substantial amount. Make sure that by then it represents an insignificant amount to you, pocket money and no more. The young man was filled with gratitude. He agreed to the terms and thanked the old man warmly. There's one more thing you must know. As he said this, it began to pour. The millionaire watched the rain with a somber expression. All the signs are coming to pass, he muttered to himself. Then he addressed the young man again. As I said, There's one more thing you need to know. The secrets I have passed on to you are effective for reaching all of the goals you will set for yourself. The reason I amassed such a colossal fortune is not that money interested me so much. It was a way to show men and women of little faith the power of the mind. Our greatest possession is freedom, and wealth can give you freedom. It'll be good for you to know this freedom. With it, you will see many an illusion vanish. You'll also understand that true freedom is found in detachment. Only he who leaves with empty hands will be able to tend the eternal roses. Achieving this freedom was the goal of my entire existence. Despite what others thought, I have never been anything other than a humble gardener. "Why have you told me all these things?" the young man asked. "Why have you given me this money? You certainly didn't owe me anything. It could easily have been somebody else who came to see you. But that's just it. No one else came. Your desire led you to me. This is what happens in life. Hasn't it been said that once the disciple is ready, the master appears?" The millionaire smiled. His somber and distant expression disappeared. He looked at the young man affectionately. The soul is eternal, and each soul travels from one life to another, surrounded by companions, each helping another to fulfill his destiny. The encounters we have during our lifetime are never the result of coincidence. The millionaire approached him regally. His face almost seemed to glow with a light of its own. He lightly touched the young man on the forehead with his right index finger and said, "Discover who you really are. The truth will forever set you free." Outside, the storm subsided as quickly as it had begun, and the sun burst forth brightly again. The old man picked up the candelabra and carried it away without saying another word. The young man found himself alone, his head teeming with thoughts, holding the money the millionaire had given him.